Hey everyone, welcome back. This is your trainer Yash Sharma from Nexperts Academy, and I welcome you all for part 3 of building your own voice assistant using Python programming, brought to you by Nexperts Academy. In this tutorial, we are going to make our voice assistant more advanced, and in order to do so, we are going to use APIs. Those who have just joined us, you can go to the description section for part 1 and part 2. Rest can continue with me. So first of all, we will open our voice assistant.py file in idle editor. As of now, this voice assistant can play music for you. It can search for any topic on Wikipedia. It can open YouTube, and also it can search on Google for you. Now, today we are going to use APIs in order to make it more advanced. So first, let's get started what exactly an API is. API actually stands for Application Programming Interface. It's a software that allows two applications to talk to each other. API let your product or service communicate with other products and services without having to know how they are implemented. And this is the best part of using an API. API can simplify app development. It can save your lot of time and money. When you're designing new tools and products or you are managing the existing ones, API gives you flexibility, simplified design, administration, and use. And it also provides opportunities for innovation. In a very simple term, if I tell you, API stands for Application Programming Interface, and it's a software that allows two applications to talk to each other. Let me explain you the concept of an API with an example. Suppose you want to design a Python application that should fetch weather details of different countries or cities for you. Now, there are two ways of designing this kind of an application. Either you can write your own lines of code for fetching weather information using Python programming, and definitely it's not an easy job, because for this you need to write really complicated code and you need to use some set of libraries, and then you will be able to design this kind of an application. It will take a lot of time, and yes, it's not an easy job. In order to avoid this complication, we can simply use an API. An API is just a predefined set of code which we need to call, and rest everything will be taken care of by that API. That means you don't need to write your own code for fetching weather information. Simply call an API and that's it. Here you can see you can use this API named as Open Weather. Suppose you need to design a Python application that should fetch weather information for you. So instead of you writing the code, you can use this API named as Open Weather. Here you can see that you can use this API Open Weather Map to fetch weather detail. And the best part is, all we need to do is we just need to call this URL, and rest everything will be taken care of by this API. That means you don't need to write a Python code for fetching the weather details. All you need to do is just integrate this URL with your voice assistant, and this API will fetch weather details for you. So in this session, we are going to understand that how we can use an APIs and how API will going to simplify our process. So first of all, we are going to use an API named as Wolfram Alpha. That means we are going to start our today's session with this API named as Wolfram. So first of all, we are going to integrate this API named as Wolfram Alpha. Now, by integrating this API named as Wolfram Alpha, our voice assistant can tell us mathematical related information. We can very easily get the answers related to science and technology. Very easily, your voice assistant can tell you the answers related to society and culture and personal health, entertainment, money and finance, and so on. So, in a very first demo, we are going to integrate this Wolfram Alpha with our voice assistant. Here, first of all, I would like to show you the steps that how you are going to use this Wolfram Alpha, and then I'll show you the benefit of integrating this API with our voice assistant. Let me make it very clear for you. By integrating this API, your voice assistant can give you the answers related to the mathematics. Your voice assistant can give you answers related to science and technology, and even your voice assistant can tell you the answers related to society and culture, personal health, entertainment, etc. etc. So first of all, in order to use this API, you need to open this URL wolframalpha.com. This URL you can found from description section as well. Okay, so link has been given in the description. You can open this URL wolframalpha.com. Now guys, here you need to follow some steps. Okay, I would like to show you those steps. So first of all, you need to open this URL wolframalpha.com. Then what we need to do is, first of all, we need to click on sign in. At the top right corner, you can see that we have option of sign in. We need to click onto this button. Here, we need to click on create one. That means in order to use this API, you need to create your account. Don't worry, account is free to use. So first of all, you need to click on create one, and after this, here you need to fill out this simple form. You need to specify your email address. This will be your Wolfram ID. You need to specify your name, your password, and then accept the license agreement and click on create Wolfram ID. Once you click on create, you will be going to receive a mail. So now what you need to do is you need to open this email ID, whichever you are going to specify over there, and then here you need to verify your email address first. So you all are going to get this email. Please verify your email address, and what you need to do is you just need to click onto this link in order to activate your account. Once you're done activating your account, what you need to do is you need to click onto your account at the top right corner. Now once you are done signing up, instead of sign in button, you will be going to have your Wolfram ID. Now from this Wolfram ID, you need to select this option my apps. Okay, here you can see that we have a drop down icon. You need to click onto this drop down icon, and from here you need to select this option my apps. And here, the moment when you are going to click on my apps, it will tell you to click onto this button in order to get your first app ID. The next step is you need to click onto this button sign up to get your first app ID, and then you need to specify a little bit information about your your API. So here you can see that before you get started, please provide us with some additional information. How are you planning to use the Wolfram Alpha API? So here I am going to write to build personal voice assistant. Phone number is optional. If you want to specify your phone number, you can specify it, else you can leave it blank. Then again you need to accept this terms of use, and then you need to click on sign up. After this, you will be going to have this prompt message. Thank you for signing up. You have been approved for free access to the Wolfram Alpha API. And now guys, what you need to do is you need to click onto this button get an app ID. After this, you need to specify a new app ID. That means you need to specify the name of your application. You can write your application like this, voice underscore assistant, and you can give a little bit description about your app ID. Here I have written for building voice assistant using Python. So any description you can write over there, and finally you need to click on get app ID button. After this, here you will be going to have this message that your app ID has been created. This is going to be the name of your app, and one app ID will be provided to you. As of now, you can see that in this video, this app ID is hidden, but in your case, you will be going to have some app ID. Okay, and now guys, this app ID we are going to use in our voice assistant. How you are going to use this app ID, everything I'm going to explain you. But before that, please create your app ID. So what you can do is you can follow these steps and you can create your own app ID. Steps are quite simple. Again, I would like to show you. So first of all, guys, you need to open this website Wolfram Alpha. Then you need to click on sign in. Here you need to fill out a very simple form in which you need to specify your email address, your name, your password, and accept the license agreement. Then you need to click on create Wolfram ID. Here, then the next step is to verify your email address. In your mail, you will be going to have one message from Wolfram that please verify your email address. All you need to do is you just need to click onto this link in order to activate your account. Once you are done activating your account, you will be going to have your app ID. Now click onto this drop down icon and select this option My Apps. Here you need to create your first app ID. You need to click onto this button, specify the name or a description that why you are designing this Wolfram Alpha API. So here I am writing to build personal voice assistant. Phone number, again I am repeating, is optional. Accept the license agreement and click on this button sign up. Once you are done signing up, you will be going to have this message, thank you for signing up. Now you can click onto this button, get an app ID. Here specify the name of your application, write a little bit description about your app ID, and then finally click onto this button get app ID. And once you click onto this button get app ID, here you will be going to have this message that your app ID has been created. So this is going to be the name of your app ID, app, and this is going to be your ID. All we need to do is we need to copy this app ID. Okay, in my case it is hidden, but in your case you will be going to have some app ID over there. You need to copy it. Okay, and now I would like to show you that how we can use this app ID and what is the benefit of using this app ID. It's an API. Basically it's an API, and this API will help our voice assistant to fetch the details like mathematical formulas. Suppose you want to find out what is the population of Malaysia. You need to find out how many calories are there in an apple. So your voice assistant can simply answer to these questions if you are going to integrate this API. Isn't this interesting? Yes, it is. So now, once you are done creating your app ID, it's time to use it. So this is my app ID which I am going to use. In your case, guys, it will be different. Again, I am repeating, please use your own app ID. Okay, so from here you can copy your app ID and please use the same. So this is my app ID which I am going to use in my voice assistant. Now once you have this app ID, all you need to do is you need to install this Wolfram Alpha first. Okay, we need to install this package. And how you're going to install this package? It's very simple. Open your command prompt. You need to open your command prompt using run as an administrator privileges. And guys, here we need to write a very simple command pip install wolf Wolfram Alpha. Please do not make any spelling mistake. We need to install this package first. Okay, and then I'll show you that how we can use this API in our voice assistant. It's quite simple actually. Okay, so once you have your app ID, the next step is to install this Wolfram Alpha package with the help of pip, and then I'll show you how you can use this API and what is the benefit of using this API in our voice assistant. So please press enter and it will be installed in your Python packages. In my case, it's already been installed. So let's proceed further. So now guys, here open your voice assistant.py using idle editor, and here the very first step is to import this library. So you need to write over there Wolfram Alpha. So guys, first of all, please do import the package of Wolfram Alpha, else you will be going to get an error that Wolfram Alpha is not defined. So first of all, generate an app ID, install this Wolfram Alpha, and then in your voice assistant.py you need to import this package first. And now it's time to integrate this API with our voice assistant. So guys, here I'm going to use one more else if. And now here, if we are going to ask questions from your voice assistant, suppose here, if we are going to ask questions from your voice assistant, then this piece of code will be executed. So that means we are going to run our voice assistant.py using command prompt, and the moment when I speak to it, ask questions, this piece of code will be executed. So first of all, here this voice assistant will gonna tell that I can answer to computational and geographical questions. So this is what your voice assistant will speak, that I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now? So here, what question do you want to ask now? So guys, here you can write any message for your voice assistant. In my case, my voice assistant will gonna speak that I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now? So first of all, here I'm going to use this function take command. So whatever you are going to speak, we are going to save this in this variable named as question. So whatever instruction or whatever question you are going to speak, that question we are going to save in this variable named as question. And now guys, here we are going to use our app ID, because this time we are not going to write our own line of code. We are going to use an API, and rest everything will be taken care of by that API. So here I'm going to create one more variable named as app_id. And now guys, here you need to paste your app ID. So here, this is my app ID. I'll just copy it and I'm going to paste it over here. In your case guys, again I'm repeating, please paste your app ID. Okay, I request you to please paste your app ID. Now guys, after specifying your app ID, here we need to create an instance of client class. So this package Wolfram Alpha provides you a class, and the name of that class is client. Now what do you mean by this client class? Here our voice assistant will gonna receive your command. Suppose you want to know what is the capital of Malaysia. So we are going to store this question in this variable, and now the answer of this question will be given to you by your API. That means you are not going to write your own line of code. Whatever question you are going to ask from your voice assistant, now the answer will be given by this app ID. And now in order to get that answer, we need to create an instance of a client class. And how you can do it? It's very simple. So first of all, here we need to use this package Wolfram Alpha, and with the help of this package you can use this class named as client. And now guys, in this class client we need to paste our app ID. That means here you need to paste your app ID. So I'm going to copy it from the above, or directly what you can do is you can write like this, app underscore ID, and here this is going to be my object name client. Now this client will going to give you the answers. How? I'll show it to you. Now this class client provides you a method, and the name of that method is query. That means whatever question now you are going to ask from your voice assistant, we need to pass that question in this variable or in this method query, and a result will be returned to you. Okay, in return it will going to give you a response. Let me show you a quick example of it. So here, suppose I need to find out calories in one apple. Suppose this is the question you are going to ask from your voice assistant. Now here what this Wolfram Alpha will do, this question will be passed in query. Here they are using this parameter I. Your question will be passed in this URL, and now in response you will be going to have this answer that we have 91 calories in one apple. So same logic we are going to use over there. We are going to use this class named as client. This client class provides you a method named as query, and very simply you can pass your question to this query method, or you can pass this question to your client, and in return what you will be going to have, you will be going to have this response. So this is how we are going to use this Wolfram Alpha. Here I would like to show you. Here let me print this response so that you can understand what kind of an output will be returned to you if you are going to use this API. So guys, only this much of code you need to write, that's it. Okay, and now it's time to check whether this voice assistant can give us the answers or not. So first of all, here I'm going to save it and let's test it. So I'll open my command prompt. And here I'm going to test this voice assistant.py. So in order to run this voice assistant.py, we are going to use our Python, and here the name of my file is voice assistant.py. And now guys, we need to press and enter.
Good morning. Hello sir, I am Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you.
Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
Capital of Malaysia. Exit.
Bye bye. I am signing out. Good day to you.
So guys, as of now you can see that our voice assistant is able to fetch this information, but here you can see we are getting a dictionary kind of a representation. A lot more information will be forwarded to you if you are going to ask capital of Malaysia. Now guys, if you want the correct answer, okay, the correct answer should be Kuala Lumpur, and if you want that answer only, here you need to use this attribute print result.results. Okay, so guys, in order to get the correct output only, we are going to use this property named as result.results. Okay, so now from your response it will fetch only the results detail for you. That means if you are going to use this response.results, you will be going to have only this answer. Suppose you are going to ask calories in one apple. So if you're going to use this property results, you will be going to have only this answer. So how you can use it, I'll show it to you. So here we need to make changes in our voice assistant.py, because as of now you can see We are getting the answer, but this answer is in a dictionary representation and it's quite difficult to understand. So no worry, we'll make it more simple. So here we need to make some changes. So here we need to write this result. Now I'll save this file and I'll show you the output once again. So here I'm going to use Python voice assistant.py. So this time, guys, we are not printing
Good
the
morning.
response. We are going to print.
Hello, sir. I am
the
Sophia, your personal voice
result.
assistant. Please tell me how I can help you.
Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
Capital of Malaysia. Exit.
Bye bye. I am signing out. Good day to you.
So now, guys, you can see that instead of getting that long dictionary output, this time we are going to have this generator object. And now, if you want to get the answer of capital of Malaysia, we need to use for loop, because from this generator object we need to fetch text detail. And how we can do this? It's very simple. Here I'm not going to print this response.result. Here I'm going to make a use of for loop. Okay, we will be using for loop over there in order to get our answer. So here for I in response dot results print I dot text. From that generator object we are retrieving the text information, and now our voice assistant will also gonna speak that text. So let me save this, and now I'll rerun this Python file again. So let me clear the screen now. Python voice assistant.py.
Good morning. Hello, sir. I am Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you.
Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
Capital of Malaysia.
Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
Capital of India.
New Delhi, Delhi, India.
Exit.
Bye bye. I am signing out. Good day to you.
So now, guys, you can see that our API is working perfectly fine. Okay, and the benefit of this Wolfram API is that it can fetch multiple informations for you. It can fetch even mathematical information for you, science and technology information for you, and even it can tell you nutrition details as well. How? I'll show it to you. So here we are going to understand some more examples of this API. So here I am going to open, or I am going to run this file once again.
Good morning. Hello, sir. I am Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you.
Hey Sophia, I need to ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
Calories in one apple.
"91 calories, dietary calories."
Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
2 raised to the power of 2. Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
2 raised to the power of 2. Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
2 raised to the power of 2.
Four.
Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
Population of Kuala Lumpur.
$1.768 million people. Country rank, first, 2015 estimate.
Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
Malaysia language.
Standard Malay, 27%, Tamil, 4%, Hakka Chinese, 3.7%, Banjar, 3.4%, Yu Chinese, 2.8%, Mandarin Chinese, 1.6%, Iban, 1.5%, English, 1.4%, Javanese, 1.1%, Nigeri Sembalan Malay, 1.1%. Total, 124.
Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
India language.
Hindi, 15%, Bengali, 6%, Telugu, 6%, Marathi, 5.8%, Tamil, 5.3%, Urdu, 4.1%, Gujarati, 3.9%, Malayalam, 3%, Kannada, 3%, Oriya, 2.7%. Total, 391.
Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
Calories in one pizza.
$1,184 calories, dietary calories.
Ask questions.
I can answer to computational and geographical questions. What question do you want to ask now?
13 raised to the power 13.
Three zero two eight seven five one zero six five nine two two five three. 3.028751065922253 times 1014.
Okay, Sophia, exit.
Bye bye. I am signing out. Good day to you.
Okay, so now guys, you can see this is the power of using an API. That means you don't need to write your own complicated code. Just simply use this Wolfram Alpha API, and now you can see that this Wolfram Alpha API can give you answers related to these questions. Okay, so this Wolfram Alpha can now give you an answers of mathematicals, of scientific, society and culture, everyday life. So these kinds of questions now your voice assistant can give you very easily. So this is the benefit of using an API, and here you can see that we don't need to write our own set of code. Our Wolfram API will gonna take care of everything. All we need to do is we just need to create an API over there, and once you have this API ID, integrate this API ID in your voice assistant, and now you can see that it can ask or it can answer to computational and geographical questions for us. So now I hope that the definition of an API is clear to you. Let me show you again so that we can proceed further. So guys, here you can see that an API is a software which allows two applications to talk to each other. Here our voice assistant is talking to what? Our voice assistant is talking to Wolfram API. And the best part is API let your product or service communicate with other products and services without having to know how they are implemented. And now you can see that yes, it can simplify your app development. All we need to do is we just need to write this piece of code. Now guys, the next API which we are going to integrate in this voice assistant is Open Weather Map, so that this voice assistant can tell us the weather details as well. In order to do so, now we are going to use this API named as Open Weather Map. So guys, Open Weather Map is an online service owned by Open Weather Limited. It provides global weather data via API, including current weather data, forecast, nowcast, and historical weather data for any geographical location. The best part of using this API is that we can access current weather data for any location, including over 20,000 cities. And hourly forecast is also available. Now if you want to integrate this API, you need to follow some steps. First of all, you need to open this website, openweathermap.org. You can find the link in a description. Then here what you need to do is you need to register yourself. All you need to do is here you need to click on sign in. Here you need to create your account. You need to specify your username. You can use your email address over there. You need to specify an email, password, repeat password, then select these two options that you are 16-year-old and I agree with privacy policy. Then this is optional. If you want to receive some communication from Open Weather Group, you can select these options, else you need to select I am not a robot and you need to click on create account. Same process you need to follow if you want to use this Open Weather API in your voice assistant. You need to create an account first. I'll show you the steps once again. Here we need to click on create an account. Then you need to specify your username, your email address, your password. Select these two boxes. I'm 16-year-old and I agree with privacy policy. After selecting these two check boxes here, click on I'm not a robot, and finally you need to click on create account. Now guys, here one thing you need to understand very carefully. Here it will going to send you an email in order to verify your email address. So a link will be forwarded to you on your email. You need to click on verify your email, and in return they are going to give you an API ID. Okay, but you need to wait for a while because this ID will take up a little bit time in order to be get activated. Okay, the moment when you click on verify mail and when you generate your API key, you will be going to have this mail that your API key is this. Within the next couple of hours it will be activated and ready to use. So please don't panic. Once you are done creating your API key, it will take up a little bit time to be get activated. Okay, so once it will be activated very easily, you can use this API key in order to get the weather details with your voice assistant. So here I would like to show you that how we are going to use this API Open Weather Map in our voice assistant. So here I am going to sign in first. So guys, once you are done verifying your email, then what you need to do is you need to click onto this drop down icon, and here you need to go to the section My API Keys. Okay, once you are done verifying your email, then please select this option My API Keys. Then you need to click on it, and guys, here you can create your keys. So what you need to do is you just need to specify your API key name and you can click on generate. So this is how you can use an Open Weather Map. Here I have two keys. I'm going to use this key. Again guys, I'm repeating, the moment when you are going to design your key, it will going to take up a little bit time in order to be activated. So please wait for a while, and once you have the confirmation mail, okay, now your ID is active, very easily you can use it. Now how you can use this API, it's very simple actually. You need to click onto the second option, API, and here from my voice assistant I'm going to fetch the current weather data. So we need to click on this API dock. Okay, you need to click onto this API dock, and this is the API call which you need to use. Let me show you how you are going to use this API call. You just need to copy it. Here I'm going to paste this address. We need to substitute this curly braces with the city name. Suppose here I'm going to write Kuala Lumpur, and here the app ID will be, you need to paste your app ID over there. That means you just need to use this URL in order to use this API. So here let me paste my API key. So I'm just going to copy it and I'll paste it down over there, and we need to press an enter. Now guys, in return it will going to give you the weather details of Kuala Lumpur. So this is how we are going to call this API with the help of our voice assistant. If we are going to use some wrong API ID, or if your ID is not activated, then guys you will be going to have this kind of a message that invalid API key. Please see this for more information. Okay, so you will be going to have this message 401. That means you are using an invalid API key. The reason is quite simple, that your API key is not being activated and you have to wait for a while. Okay, so please do try this URL before integrating this with your voice assistant. If your API key is working perfectly fine, then very easily you can use it. Okay, very easily you can use it like this. Okay, so now I would like to show you that how we can integrate this API. Simple steps you need to follow. You need to sign in yourself, verify your email address, then go to the section My API Keys and you can create your own set of key. Okay, and meanwhile you can use this key as well. So I'm going to mention this key in description section. You can use this key as well for testing purposes. So now here in my voice assistant.py I'm going to use one more else if. And now if you're going to ask from your voice assistant, let's say I need to get weather information, so this piece of code will be executed. Okay, so here if you are going to ask weather in query, then we are going to execute in this piece of code. So guys, first of all here what exactly we need to do is we need to paste our API key. So you can find your API key from here. So I'm going to use this API key and here I'm going to paste it. Then guys, what you need to do is this URL. Okay, if you go to this API and if you click onto this current weather data API doc, this URL will help you to get the current weather data for one location. So that means this is the link which we need to use. So you can click onto this option, this URL will be copied, and now you need to paste this URL inside your voice assistant.py. So I'm going to declare one variable base underscore URL, and here this is the URL which we need to paste. Okay, so this is going to be your base URL guys, which we need to paste. So now guys, we need to make a little bit changes over there because I would like to fetch the city name from the user. So here I'm going to use my URL up till weather question mark. Okay, I'm going to use this base URL up to the question mark because city name I'm going to receive from my user. So let's do it. So here I'm going to declare one variable named as city underscore name, and now I'm going to use this method take command, which will going to get the city information from the user. So whatever you are going to speak, that we are going to store in this variable city underscore name. Now guys, here in this URL you need to check one more thing. If we are going to pass any white space, observe this very carefully, that your white space is being changed into %20. so this thing you also need to take care of. So it's very simple actually. Here we'll update our city name, city underscore name. Here I'll use the city underscore name dot replace. If you have any white space in your city underscore name, that will be replaced by %20. Only this much of code we need to write. Now once you have the city name, now it's time to call the complete URL. Okay, so here we are going to perform some kind of a string concatenation. So base underscore URL. In this base underscore URL variable we have this URL. Okay, now I'm going to concatenate this URL with Q, and in this Q what exactly you need to pass? Observe this URL. In Q we need to pass city name. So it's very simple. Here I'm going to pass my city underscore name. Once you are done passing your city underscore name, the next information which we need to pass is ampersand app ID. Okay, you need to observe this URL. Then the next thing which we need to pass in ampersand app ID. So I'll just write it down in my py file. App ID is equal to, and guys, here we are going to pass what? We are going to pass our API underscore key. So now this is going to be our URL which we are going to call base URL. We are going to concatenate this base URL with the city name, and we are also concatenating it with our app ID. This will complete your URL. Now guys, the thing which you need to understand is, the moment when you are going to call this URL, you are going to have a JSON response. See, this response is actually in a JSON format. Now we need to get this JSON format, and then I'll convert this JSON format into a simple text, or you can directly print the information. How? I'll show it to you. So guys, here we need to make certain more changes in our py file. So guys, first of all, here I'm going to use to module import JSON, because we are going to get the output in a JSON format. So we need to use these two packages, import JSON, and one more package we are going to use, and that is your requests. Now what request will do? Request module will going to generate a request onto this URL, and in response it will going to give you this information. So request will going to generate a request onto this URL, and in return you will be going to have this. Okay, and again I'm repeating guys, this is in a format of JSON. So now we'll see how we can fetch this information in our voice assistant.py. So please first of all import these two modules, JSON and request. Now once you are done, here first of all I am going to generate a request. So you need to make a use of this method get, and to which URL you need to generate a request? On this complete underscore URL. In return it will going to give you a response. So we'll save that response in this variable response. Okay, so guys, request will going to generate a request to this URL, and we are saving the response in this variable. Now we know that the format of response is in JSON. So here we are going to use JSON format. Okay, and now I'm going to save this information in my variable named as X. So we are going to receive our response in a JSON format, and I'm going to save all the information in this variable X. And now guys, the benefit of X is quite simple. Suppose if you want to retrieve coordination detail, all you need to do is you need to write like this. I'll show you that what is the benefit of using this variable x. This is your JSON format. And guys, suppose you need to get only temperature detail. Now all you need to do is you just need to write like this: print from x get me only this temperature detail. So you can paste it from here, you can copy it from here, and you can paste it. Okay, and now what this piece of code will do, this piece of code will going to give you this output 29299.33. Now suppose guys, if you want to get visibility, now all you need to do is remove this temperature and you can specify the visibility, and in return you will be going to have this output. So we are saving our JSON response in this variable named as x, and now with the help of x we can get any information. But before I fetch the weather information, I need to check whether the city name is valid or whether the app ID is valid, because you know, if you are going to use a wrong app ID like this, you will be going to have this message 401. That means it's an invalid API key. So now first of all we are going to check this if, and from x I'm going to get this information of COD. So if the code is not equal to 404, then that means we have something, and now we can get the information. So if the status code is not equal to 404, then very easily guys you can get the temperature detail. Okay, so this code is, the COD actually means code. Okay, and now if we are going to use the valid API key, here you can see that your code is 200, and 200 means it's a success. So guys, these are your internet status code. 400 means we have some error, 200 means it's a success. So here we are checking if code is not equal to 404, then please get me the weather detail. Okay, and now here I'm going to save this main information. Okay, or what we can do is we can save this temp information. So now whatever information or whatever you want, okay, you can fetch it very easily. How? I'll show it to you. So here in my voice assistant.py we need to write this line of code. And guys, here first of all you need to understand the output. So this is going to be the key, this is the value, key values. So here in order to get this temperature detail, we need to use this key named as main. Okay, because this is the key and this is the value starting from here up till here. So that means if the status code is not equal to 404, then first of all I would like to get this key information named as main, because from this key main very easily you can get the temperature detail. So now guys, here I'm going to use the same. So first of all from my x I'm going to get the information of this key main, and I'll save this information in my variable named as y. Okay, and now guys, from this y very easily you can get the temperature detail. Okay, and let's save this information in this variable named as current temperature. Okay, so guys, first of all again I'm repeating the step. If the status code is not equal to 404, first of all you are retrieving this main key information. You are saving this main key information in this variable y. That means we are saving only this information in our variable y. I'll just copy it and I'll show you what exactly we are doing. Okay, so guys, in this y we are saving this complete information main. Okay, and now if you want to get this temperature information, all you need to do is you just need to write y temperature, and in return it will going to give you this information 298.67. Okay, and this is what exactly we are doing over here. Now once you have this current temperature, okay, I'll print this temperature Okay, we are going to print this current temperature, and our voice assistant will gonna speak this temperature. Okay, so we are going to print this current temperature and your voice assistant will gonna speak this temperature. How? I'll show it to you. So here, let me save this and we are going to test it. So let me clear the screen. Okay, before that guys, I need to make a little bit more changes in it. It should ask which city weather should I tell you. Okay, the moment when we are specifying API key and the base URL here, soon after this your voice assistant will gonna speak this for you as well. Which city weather should I tell you? Which city weather should I tell you? So any piece of information you can write in over there. The moment when I speak weather to my voice assistant, it will ask which city weather should I tell you. Okay, and we'll save that information in city underscore name. One more changes guys we need to do, we need to make over there. This is not the complete URL. We need to copy this URL, HTTPS as well. Okay, we need to write HTTPS as well in front of it, HTTPS. Okay, and this will make your complete URL. So make these changes, and now I'll save it and we'll test this voice assistant.py. Okay, I need to make one more changes. Okay, so now guys, I'm going to save it and we'll check this.
Good afternoon. Hello sir, I am Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you.
Weather.
Which city weather should I tell you?
Kuala Lumpur.
298.67.
Weather.
Which city weather should I tell you?
New Delhi.
300.24.
Exit.
Bye bye, I am signing out. Good day to you.
So now guys, you can see that our open weather map API is also working perfectly fine. That means your voice assistant can now tell you the weather of any city. But here you can see that the weather is in a Deltin format. Okay, it's not in Celsius or not, it's not in the Fahrenheit, it's actually in a Deltin format. Okay, sorry for that, it's actually in a Kelvin format. So now guys, if you want this format to be converted from Kelvin to Celsius or to Fahrenheit, you need to use one formula, because this open weather map API will going to give you the weather details in Kelvin unit. In this representation, they are going to give you an output. So if you want to have an output in Celsius, you need to use this formula, Kelvin unit to Celsius. So guys, this formula you need to use. Okay, you need to minus your current temperature with this value 273.15. okay, and now after this it will going to tell you the temperature in Celsius. How? I'll show it to you. It's quite simple actually. So guys, here we need to make a little bit more changes. If you want to have your current temperature in a Kelvin unit, you can keep it in a Kelvin unit. But if you want to change your current temperature into Celsius, then you need to use this formula. So guys, here I'm going to update my current temperature is equal to current temperature minus 273.15. okay, and now I'll convert this information into an integer. And now guys, your voice assistant will gonna speak or will gonna give you the current temperature information in Celsius degree. Okay, so here you can also use one speak function. Okay, I'll just print this current temperature, or I'm going to make a little bit more changes to it. Here temperature in, okay, I'll just concatenate it with the city name. Suppose temperature in Kuala Lumpur, okay, I'll use this concatenation as, it will gonna tell you that current temperature. Okay, we need to typecast into string, because if we are performing string concatenation, we need to convert this information into string. And then here you can use one more concatenation, and here you can write degree Celsius. So that means now your voice assistant will gonna speak this for you. Temperature in Kuala Lumpur is 29 degree Celsius, like this. Okay, so now we'll save it and we'll check. So here I'm going to use Python voice assistant.py.
Good afternoon. Hello sir, I am Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you.
Weather.
Which city weather should I tell you?
Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur.
Temperature in Kuala percent 20 Lumpur is 25 degrees Celsius.
Exit.
I am signing out. Good day to you.
So guys, there is one a little problem. As of now, you can see that your voice assistant is also speaking percentage 20. If you observe it very carefully, definitely it will gonna speak percentage 20. Why so? Because here we are saving our city name in this variable, okay, and yes, we are replacing the white space with a percentage 20. So no worry, if you don't want to hear this percentage 20, you need to make this changes. Before you use this speak function, here we are going to again replace this percentage 20 with one space. This is so that our voice assistant can speak perfectly for us. Okay, I'll use this spaces as well, and now I'll save it and we'll test.
Good afternoon. Hello sir, I am Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you.
Weather.
Which city weather should I tell you?
Kuala Lumpur.
Temperature in Kuala Lumpur is 25 degrees Celsius.
Weather.
Which city weather should I tell you?
New Delhi.
Temperature in New Delhi is 28 degrees Celsius.
Exit.
Bye-bye. I am signing out. Good day to you.
Okay, so guys, now you can see that this time your voice assistant will not gonna speak that percentage 20 for you, because here we are updating our city name. So now guys, we are done with building our own voice assistant. In today's session, we'll learn that how we can integrate API in our voice assistant. I hope you enjoyed this series. Stay tuned with us for more Python project. If you want to learn more, you can visit our website nexpertsacademy.com, and guys, feel free to contact us. Please do like and subscribe our channel for more updates. Very soon we are going to upload some more interesting Python project. For doubts and queries, you can ask us in comment section, or you can communicate directly in our website. So you can use this let's chat option and you can communicate with us directly. For more courses and for more information, you can directly contact us on this number. Or you can write to us on this email address. So this is Yash Sharma signing out for today. Thank you all.